So we have already 1 minute past 7. So welcome everybody who has joined in the most recently. Welcome everybody. My name is Moritz. I'm one of the founders and board members of Hanseatic Blockchain Institute, and we are an organization based in Hamburg, Germany, which tries to help blockchain enthusiastic people to network, first of all, and then secondly we want to educate people, and we want to connect the old economy with the new blockchain economy. That's a significant part of what we intend to do. And as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, we do Blockchain Monday every Monday, initially as a physical event here in Hamburg in Germany. And since Corona, we switched to the virtual version of that. And yeah, Blockchain Monday is about startups explaining what they intend to do on a crypto-based or blockchain-based program. We have tax issues. We have lawyers talking about data protection on the blockchain. We have technical aspects, and we, from time to time, even do the most basics. So how does blockchain work, or how do I buy my Bitcoin? We have few people from the financial services area that are interested in learning about new products, packaging that permit investing into blockchain or crypto, and all this. And today we have Uma Hagenguth, which is great because she initially comes from Hamburg and lives or currently is in Hamburg, if I understand correctly, and so there is a real good link between Hanseatic Blockchain Institute and you. And then secondly, I think I met the APPICS team about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that, at one of the events here in Hamburg from Blockchain Mania, where you were presenting your plans at an early stage. And I think since then, APPICS has been able to tremendously grow their global presence and their community. And that's the reason why we are particularly delighted to have you here tonight, Uma, and give us some ideas about the vision of APPICS, and then of course where do you stand with? I've been there 2.5 years ago, so I'll compare the promises you made to what is currently happening. I don't know if you are going to start by just giving a little bit of background on APPICS.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll do that, but maybe let me try to share my screen already just to make sure, because I do have some slides, so we have get that working. But I think you can see it, right?
Yes,
so,
perfect.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction. Just for those who might be on the call who don't know who I am, yeah, my name is Uma, and I am the co-founder and COO of APPICS, and I'm here to share with you the journey of our team, my team and I, building a social media app that essentially, in a way, turns the traditional social media hierarchy around, as we always like to say, and it solves a lot of the global issues that become especially clear during a time of crisis, like we are facing right now, where you can really clearly see the inequality, the injustice in the world, which is mainly due to a number of highly centralized corporations. Not to say that all centralization is bad, but there are definitely certain issues that we cannot ignore and that are very dear to our heart. And so this really is a passionate project for us. And yeah, our slogan, Passion Rewarded, fits right into that. So yeah, let me just give you a quick background to get to know our team. So my co-founder and the CEO of APPICS, or hold on, I'll just get the next slide up. Oh, it's not working. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, my co-founder and the CEO of APPICS, Tony Winchester, who most of you are familiar with already, has been in the crypto space since 2011. He's a pioneer in the space. He started Bitcoin mining quite early, had his own exchange, Crypto Farm, and got me introduced in around 2013-14 when I first heard about it. It wasn't yet out in the news. People weren't really talking about it. But that was sort of when I was firstly getting into the news, looking at what's capable, what is blockchain, what is crypto, looking at CoinMarketCap, like you would read the newspaper. And then at that same time, around that same time, a bit later, actually with the same founding team we have right now, we had a marketing agency, and we were helping businesses and brands transition to this new era of social media, because we already saw where the trend was going. It was going mobile, and more businesses were realizing that this is something they need to get on, they need to be a part of in order to scale or even maintain their business. And so with this marketing agency, we were experiencing personally on a daily basis the issues of today's traditional social media, which is number one, that not only the time of users is not being spent on social media is not being rewarded, but it's also highly unfair and unjust, because if you look at a company like YouTube, for example, a platform where people that live in other parts of the world, like in African countries or South America, the amount of payouts they get for the same amount of views is significantly less than in countries or in countries around Europe or in Northern America. And so that is like the first very, very high injustice. And then also you have the manipulative, intrusive algorithms that have quite obviously become only worse over time, where you can't even reach your own audience that you've built. And so those platforms have established themselves as companies that are more or less doing businesses with brands and aren't really acting as a platform service provider for the people. So we were seeing all of these pain points that you see here up on the slide. And now fast forward to 2016, because remember, we were in the crypto space. And so in the summer of 2016, this was right after a platform had launched. Tony actually told me about and said, hey, there's this new cryptocurrency that is tied to a blogging site. It's quite interesting. You know, you get paid for producing, for creating content, and even for curating content. So for just being part and being active on social media. And so I went on the platform and I tried it out. And after, like, I put up my very first blog post. I always make this example because that's really when it became real for me, where the technology is at. And so I put up a blog post. It was like 10 random facts about me. And after a few hours of refreshing the page, it said like $2,000 under that post. And at first that seemed just, you know, mind-blowing. I was like, is that really real? Does that work? And then I transferred the tokens that I'd earned on the platform and transferred them over into Bitcoin, and from Bitcoin to euros. And once I had it really like sitting on my bank account, or even just looking at it in form of Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, that's sort of when that light bulb moment came, and we were just like, okay, the technology is at a point that it's solving the exact problems we've been facing now for quite some time. And so those first points that you see here, the community-based monetization, and also a way to incentivize curation, that was that we saw that the technology was ready to do that. And we could already go back to like a chronological feed. And then also something we now implemented on APPICS is having a system of how that content gets filtered, because you do need sub-communities for a social media platform to really take off and have those different sub-communities within the overall community.